Beautiful summer day here in Pioneer Square. You can tell what the vibe is right now. But one thing that's on my mind right now, and I think it's in everybody's mind, is one, Father's Day, and second, graduations. Lots of people are graduating or started to graduate in the last couple of weeks. I was thinking that we could discuss what type of gifts would be great. And I had a thought that maybe we can do a showing. It is a tried and true tradition to give some stationery, writing instrument most likely, to people who are graduating. So let me help you make that choice. All right, so we have 5 types of graduates that I want to talk about. Now, the first one is anybody who's graduating from any of the milestones in K through 12, so before going into college. And in that case, you want to give an instrument that is not too precious, because you don't really want to feel like you cannot ever have it used. But also you want to convey that they are tools for them to work with, to be creative, and I think that a great idea could be something like a set of pens, like our Pentel collection, or our very popular Magic Ration pens. Now, the second milestone, the second graduate would be graduating from high school into college. And for that, you kind of want to mark the moment a little bit more. And there's some cool ideas. So the first one is to find a pen that can really take a beating, that is going to be used. So maybe a metal pen. But also make sure that it's recognizable enough, because there's always a good chance that you may lose the pen, right? So I think a good example of a nice pen for a graduate would be our Marks pens. They're metal, they write so well, very recognizable, very pleasant click. So that would be a good example of ones that you could kind of recognize from, far away, let's say. So it's a good pen that you could give somebody who's moving into college. Also, I think Lamis are very good options as well, especially if you have one like this new neon color ones. They're fun and brilliant, and kind of you can track down if somebody took your pen, you can kind of find your pen across the room. And then another thing that I don't have with me, but I'm going to bring it down. I think a very good option that is not a writing instrument for somebody going into college would be a toolbox, and we have a few. I think somebody would really appreciate getting a toolbox as they're moving into college. These are from Toyo, stamped metal, beautiful, and they open nicely, and you can have them set in compartments. So this can keep a lot of good stuff, right? So I think this may be a beautiful gift for somebody as they're going to college. So the third type of graduate would be somebody that is graduating from college, and that you kind of want to give a good keepsake. And it is sort of tradition to give a fancy pen to somebody who graduates from college. I'll start with the fountain pens. A good example would be something like a Lamy 2000. It's a beautiful fountain pen, and it looks quite elegant. There's also the Lamy Studio, also very beautiful pen, right? It's this kind of nice, beautiful pen. The nib is more noticeable here. Or you can go for something like a Pelican pen. We carry some Pelican fountain pens. So a Pelican pen would come in a kind of beautiful, magnetically kind of clampy box. Their pens look really nice. So here's an example of an M400 pen. Look at that tortoise shell detail there. It's a beautiful pen. So if graduate number 3 is your college graduate, then graduate number 4 is going to be your your graduate school graduate, masters, PhDs, things like that. I think you want to give something that is both a keepsake, but you want them to be using the tool. So it's not just the memento of your graduation, but something that you want them to use over time. And I think a really good metallic pen, metal pen, is going to be the one that you want to give. And I'll give you a couple of examples that we carry here. One would be the wingback pens. These are machined in the UK. These are roller balls. Write really well. They feel hefty, like you know you're holding it. So this is the kind of thing that you keep all the time with you, and you're going to be using it all the time. And this is the other type of wingback pen that is steel, and it's called the Journeyman. Also, it's a very pleasant clicking mechanism. So that's a good example. We also have this one made in the US called Tactile Turn. This is the titanium edition. It's also very kind of nice metal, like you're going to keep it all the time. Like you want that person to be using the pen all the time. And the last type of graduate that you want to give a gift to would be Dustin Hoffman, right? So if you want to give a gift to Dustin Hoffman, I think the answer is plastics. So in that case, I recommend you just get something like Le Pen, right? So, because the future is plastics, you can get something like Le Pen. Just buy a bunch of them, create your own set, and give them a gift. So that's it. Yeah, that's your 5 types of graduates and the gifts that you could give them. I hope this was helpful. Thanks.